And good afternoon, everybody. We are live at the Houston Fieldhouse on the campus of RPI. This is Junior Women's Hockey League hockey. An early chance right off the face-off and a glove save. And we're underway 11 seconds into this one. Today it is Stanstead College taking on the Connecticut Polar Bears U16 program in the final of what has been a busy 3 days here in the Capital Region. The second monthly meeting of the JWHL after opening up the season in Lake Placid in October. The U16 and U19 programs descending on the Capital Region here this weekend for a great weekend's worth of games. Both teams playing their third and final contest here on the weekend as it's sent in deep. The defender Emily Labonte in possession of the puck. Stanstead College so far on the weekend. They dropped a 3-2 contest in their opener down the street at Union College against the North American Hockey Academy. It was a dramatic finish, which is actually what we just saw here on the ice at RPI a few moments ago. A 3-2 defeat, and the game-winning goal coming with just over 11 seconds in the third period for Naha to give them the win, but Stanstead responded with an 8-0 victory, a resounding win in their nightcap on Saturday against the Washington Pride. This Polar Bears group, which was a non-league invite, they have a chance here and a save made. One of the better chances we've seen in the early going. They dropped a game also to the North American Hockey Academy, and also one that ended in dramatic fashion. A game winner with just 23 seconds remaining on the clock in the third. That gave Naha a 1-0 win, but this Polar Bears group responded with a 5-1 victory this morning against the Washington Pride. So 1-1 totals on both sides for this group as it's controlled near side wall by Schlutter. That shot goes by the wayside. Controlled in the defensive end by Jaden Bingham, forced up the near side wall. Out as far as center, the Bears will regroup. Led ahead by Smith. Far side wall hitting the brakes. Sent back to the line for a shot that got blocked. Frazier tried to wire that one through. Near side point Means keeps it going, sent in front, deflected, save made, rebound loose for the moment. Pulled free, but Connecticut still in possession. Means to the top of the circle, firing. That one got blocked on its way through after Scalaro pulled the trigger. And the save is made. Jade Wilson will hang on, making the start for Stanstead College today. She was in net for the first of two. Yesterday ended up picking up the loss against the North American Hockey Academy. Netminder Amy Wong in the crease to our right, playing for the Connecticut Polar Bears here this afternoon. So in for a good battle in the cage. In the final of what has been 4 games here on this Sunday after an 8-game slate on Saturday. Poked away, broken back out to the neutral zone. The defender Jocelyn Means the first one there. Stanstead will regroup, take it as far as center. Knocked back into the corner by Lori Auben. You'll hear her name and Zoe Charlin's name quite a lot when it comes to the offense for the Stanstead group. In front, that one gets blocked. Another chance on goal by Zonin. Save made by Wong. She's got that rebound. And we'll hang on with 14:22 to go here in our opening period. Still no score. An offensive zone draw upcoming for Stanstead College. Both teams looking to finish the 3-game weekend above 500 with a win here this afternoon. Face-off controlled in the offensive end by Stanstead College. Play on the far side as Auben has it on her forehand. Sent back to the far point. That shot gets blocked on its way through. Backhanded back out to center. Physical play there as El Pagliaro tried to knock it free. Knocked into the near corner, but it was done so behind the center line. That is icing. So the face-off will come back into the Stanstead offensive end with now 14:03 to go. A successful start to the season for this Connecticut group. They won their first 5 games of the year, 3 of which coming against the Philadelphia Junior Flyers program, 1 each against Vancouver and Windy City. Some of those coming as part of the Labor Day Girls Fest back at the beginning of September. Play along the near side wall, neither side in possession, but it's pulled free. Shot from the point from Labonte, save made. Pulled free and taken back over the defensive blue line. Here come the Polar Bears with speed. Knocked down on her way through was Riley Stocker, so An offensive rush defended well by Stanstead College. Forced up the far side wall to the point, but kept in. Played by Renato. Battled near the face-off dot. That one's poked free. Doesn't get on goal. Play up the near side wall. Knocked away from Isabel Smith. Bumped back into the corner. In possession there was Stocker, but she has that one knocked free. Here is the defender, Emily Labonte. 2 goals and an assist for 3 points in her team's second game yesterday, which came against the Washington Pride. She tied for the team lead in goals in that one, was the only player with 3 points. A couple players finished with a pair of points, but nobody is active on the score sheet. Near side corner, forced back to the line. A one-timer, doesn't go far. Noemi Cloutier pulled the trigger on that one. The other way comes Connecticut. Looking for the trailer, knifed away from Schlutter as she was looking to pull the trigger there. Stanstead with speed, forced into the far corner. Below the goal, controlled by Bingham. 2 blue sweaters right there on top of her. Not a lot of room to work here in the early going as we're still looking for our opening goal. Up the near side wall, that'll spring Frazier, the defender Alyssa Frazier, who recorded an assist in her team's victory against Washington yesterday. That score 5-1. Wheeling and shooting one wide there was Jillian Smith. A goal on her ledger as well yesterday as the offense came alive. Turning and shooting one, that got blocked on its way through. Scalaro pulled the trigger, couldn't send it through the defensive unit, but it's kept in. Knifing her way through the middle was Schlutter, trying for a lane to get a shot away. Puck rolls its way into the near corners. We have just over 11 and a half minutes to go in our first period. Poked free by Jocelyn Means. Near side, a pass to the middle, deflected away. The trailing Parker Caldera was coming right off the bench after getting a change, but had a defender right in front of her, so no lane to get that shot away. An emphatic call from the puck coming from Caldera, who was waiting at the offensive blue line, but the passing lane wasn't there. Puck sent back in deep now out in front. Charlin was trying to find a lane to get that one on goal. Didn't have it. Centering feed looking for Auban. Backdoor feed one more. They were looking for Charlin again. She is spilled down. Hands remain by the sides of the officials after a big collision as Zoe Charlin just now back up to her feet and making her way back into the neutral zone, heading for a change. A lot of players on the ice. No call, as possibly due to the nature with which Charlin was easing her way off the ice because of the big collision. No whistle there. Could have easily been a too many players on the ice. Breakout feed successful. A 2-on-1 led by Zonin. Looking for the trailer. She's got Smith. That shot gets blocked. Never got on net. The rebound fired on goal. Deflected up and out of play. A good chance in transition for Stanstead College in a game that is tied at 0 with 10:24 to go here in the first. The other games on the ledger for the Stanstead group so far this year, a pair of games at the beginning of November against the East Coast Wizards. Games that ended in 6-2 and 5-3 defeats, as was listed on the Stanstead webpage. Turned over. A 3-on-1 down low. They score. Ellie LaChance wires it by. Past the glove side of Jade Wilson, and the Connecticut Polar Bears have struck first. Well, it looked as though Stanstead was in control in their own end, but a turnover, and there was only one white sweater there to defend 3 forwards for this Connecticut group, and the goal from Ellie LaChance, a forward and a member of the class of 2025, so we have our game-opening goal. It is 1-0. This is the first time that this Stanstead group has skated on the ice here at the Houston Fieldhouse this weekend, as this Connecticut group, meanwhile, has put up a bit of a residency here, playing their 3rd game out of 3 here in Troy. Been a wonderful weekend. We'll recap some of the scoring for you throughout the broadcast, as meanwhile it's picked up far side. Leaving it behind there was Brenna Zeiter. Knocked back out to the neutral zone, and all the way down, this is icing with 9:27 to go here in our first period. A 1-0 lead for the Polar Bears, and now an offensive zone face-off to the right of our netminder Wilson. Near side, Zeider tried to force it into the corner, kept in at the line on the backhand, and a nice play there by Frazier. Shot in front, save, rebound. Wilson's got that one too. Knocked to the far corner, swept free by Falul. Kept in once more, another shot, and Wilson's got that one as well. Good sequence of saves for Jade Wilson, who made 22 stops out of the 25 shots she faced in the first game of the weekend for Stanstead earlier on Saturday. Backtracking is Frazier. She'll send it in deep. Was able to gain the center line. The play was offside, delayed offside for the moment. Labonte gets the breakout moving. Falul will send it back into her own end. Zeider, the first player there. Poked free by the back-checking forward Falul. Now Labonte sends it off of the end wall. All the way back to the point. Means keeps it in, fires it wide. Poked out to the line, but another nice play made by Frazier manning the point to keep it in. On second attempt, however, it is cleared. Charlin fresh off the bench with a burst of speed, stepping in and a glove save made by Wong. She will hang on and take a face-off with 8:15 to go in the first period. Again, the lone goal scored by Ellie LaChance off of a turnover, giving Connecticut their first lead and the first lead that we've seen here in this contest. Well, the Stanstead group took the lead at the end of the first period in their game against Washington yesterday, and then never looked back, scoring another 7 goals between the second and third period. They were trailing multiple times in their first game against the North American Hockey Academy, came back from deficits of 1-0 and 2-1 before ultimately ceding the game-deciding goal with just seconds remaining. Connecticut, as we mentioned, was locked in a 0-0 deadlock into the final minute of regulation against Naha later last night. But this morning they took the lead in the first period against Washington, scoring 2 in the first and then another 2 in the second. Drive coming from the point, deflected on its way through. The rebound fired on goal on the backhand. Wilson makes the save there. So 7:15 to go here in our first period. 1-0 still in favor of Connecticut. And that 5-1 win, 2 in the first, 2 in the second, and then a goal to extend the lead back to 4 after Washington was able to get on the board to cut the lead to 4-1. They added another in the third to make it 5-1, and that's where we landed. Far side wall forced out to center by Gagne. Labonte was there defending. She was able to keep possession right near her team's offensive blue line. Knocked free, brought into the backhand, but it was knocked away by Bell. She tried the inside-out move on the defender, but was unsuccessful. Knocked back out to center. LaForge in a race for the puck, trying to make her way around the goal scorer, LaChance. She does so. Bell has it poke-checked away, but on second attempt, it's forced back out to center by Bell. Tried to backhand it along for the waiting Smith. Right in front of the Stanstead bench here is Gagne. Near side for Smith. She's spilled down. A penalty coming up on the play. We'll see our first power play on either side as Connecticut grabs possession. And with 6:11 to go in the first period, a tripping call has been assessed. Isabella Zapata will sit for 2. Also registered penalty minutes earlier this weekend, 2 against the North American Hockey Academy. So 2 minutes for tripping at the 10:49 mark of our first period. Stanstead in possession on the power play. Sent back to the line. Cloutier keeps it moving. Near side point, Levante. Play along the near side wall. Back to the point once more. The defender walking the wall. Cloutier one-timer. Save made, and Wong's got that rebound as well. Off of the one-time attempt from just beyond the tops of the circles. Had some good steam on it. The puck was there only for a moment. A save and a whistle as 29 seconds have gone by on the penalty. Face-off one in the defensive end by the Bears. Forced up to the line, but kept in on the backhand. Zonin walks it off the wall. Charlin tried to get a pass across for Aubin, who was there waiting. Didn't connect on that one, and it's clanked off of the far side glass and back out to center. Pass towards Charlin gets deflected, so the defender Levante will step in and keep the play moving. Aubin takes it over the offensive blue line. On her forehand, leaving it back for Cloutier on the point. Aubin looked to center a pass and force one to the middle. Didn't get a ton of steam on that one. Picked up at the center of the point. Protecting Levante. Forced in near side here is Charlin. A quick move to open up some room. Being defended well there by Stocker. Stepping in is Levante. Shooting, and a glove save made by Wong. There is no rebound with 35 seconds to go. On the penalty that was assessed to Zapata. Games already completed today, talking about this Polar Bears group beating Washington 5-1, then two back-to-back games in U19 play to wrap up their weekend as Balmoral Hall took down the Pacific Steelers 3-1, and then the North American Hockey Academy beating the Northwood School 4-3. In the game before this one, it was a very exciting conclusion. It looked like the Northwood School had the game done and dusted. It was right at the end of a penalty kill for Naha when they got even strength back and then were able to pull the goaltender to make it 6-on-5. And a Hail Mary shot, I should say, from the short side ended up clanking off of the skate of a Naha player that was sitting right on the back post. It deflected in to tie the game right as the clock was hitting triple zeros here at the Houston Fieldhouse. That tied the game at 3, and then Naha, after scoring that goal, scores about a minute and a half into the overtime period, the 3-on-3 OT, to win the game 4-3. So an improbable comeback deflected on its way through. Wilson makes the save, so the penalty is over. We're back to skating 5-a-side with 3:50 to go in the first. So that's the perfect definition of the kind of competition that we've seen so far this weekend. In the same window of time, right around 6 o'clock last night, we had the 1-0 game here at the Houston Fieldhouse with a game-winning goal with under a minute to go. And at the same time, this Stanstead group won a game 8-0 down at the Achilles Center at Schenectady. Shot from the point gets blocked. Another shot deflected on its way through. Save made. The puck cleared back out to center. So it's been a pleasure to watch here at both the U16 and U19 levels here in the Capital Region. The second of what is 7 meetings, each roughly a month apart, except for the playoffs that will happen in mid-March. These groups will next convene December 15th, 16th, and 17th on the campuses of both Providence College and Brown. Then the end of January at the University of Minnesota. They'll attend the Challenge Cup in Washington, D.C., as that shot is hung on to by Wilson for a whistle with under 3 minutes to go. Challenge Cup in D.C. in mid-February. They'll play on the campus of Stanstead College at the beginning of March, and then March 15th, 16th, and 17th, the playoffs, which will be held in Boston, Massachusetts. All of which you can watch right here on the Junior Women's Hockey League YouTube page. And it's been a lot of fun to watch the engagement this entire weekend from folks from truly across the world, if not at least the country and the two countries. Near side on and off the tape of Caldera. Looking for the trailing Zapata, forced into the corner. 3 blue sweaters there to grab possession of the puck. Caldera on the near side wall. Shot from the point, deflected, save made by Wilson, cleared up to the top of the circles. Albena saucer feed just out of the reach of Charlin, so now a race for the puck, which is won by the defender Jocelyn Means. Means and Charlin go into the far side corner, pulled away. Shot on goal, save made by Wong. Rebound got kicked free along the near side wall, forced up to the line, but kept in for the moment. A battle for possession, 3 on either side, before LaChance was able to pull that one loose. Means has it, nearly had it stripped away, but maintains possession. Now a rush through center onto the tape of Zapata. At the end of a shift, so she'll send it back in deep with 1:40 to go here in the first period. Battling for possession there, Caldera right in front of the Zamboni doors. Stocker sends to the point. Means quickly for Frazier. Shot deflected into the far corner. Poked away by a couple of white sweaters, but Connecticut still in possession. Sent to the line, but kept in again. A toe drag by Frazier. She steps in, sent in front. Save made by Wilson. Rebound pulled free by Liu. On defense, she'll get another whack at it. In the process, Liu's stick got stuck in the Zamboni doors. This one's cleared, deflected on its way through by Zonin, but it will still go down and be icing with 57.2 seconds to go in the first period. And after some back and forth action, some sustained pressure coming from the Polar Bears looking to add a second goal onto the scoreboard before we reach the end of our first period. Face-off won, and the defensive end there by Caitlin Bell forced back out to the neutral zone. Backhanded along by Zeider, forced back up the near side wall. Bell back there, back checking. Smith has it poked free. Good defense at the defensive blue line. Allowing for a break-in as Stocker was edged off the puck along the far boards. Sent along the wall, back to the point, kept in with under 30 to go. Forced back up the wall, pulling it off the wall. There is Renato, winds and fires. That one got blocked. Another chance from the point. Wilson the save there. The rebound still loose in front. Pulled away from the blue paint. Knocked back out to center. Smith in a race for it. On the backhand right over the center line there was Zeider. She will send it back in deep with 3 seconds and 2. Stanstead's breakout is successful. We've reached the end of our first period on a goal from Ellie LaChance. The Connecticut Polar Bears in front by 1. We'll step aside and be back with second period action in just a few moments here on the JWHL YouTube page. The puck is down. We are underway for the second period here on the campus of RPI at the Houston Fieldhouse in Troy, New York. Thanks so much for joining us here on this Sunday afternoon. It's a football Sunday for some, but a hockey Sunday for others. At the end of the first period, it was 1-0. The Connecticut Polar Bears in the lead. Sent to the trailing defender, and a drive from Scolaro got blocked on its way through. The lone goal in this one at the 10:10 mark of the first period. Ellie LaChance scoring, with Isabella Zapata getting the lone assist on a goal that staked Connecticut out to a 1-0 lead. Both teams alternated wins and losses again during their opening day of plays. We had 3 games that were on the schedule on Friday, and then a full 8 between here at the Houston Fieldhouse and down the road at the Achilles Center on the campus of Union College. And these 2 teams were a part of 2 of those games respectively, and now battling once again. This one is sent the length of the ice. Going back and grabbing it is the defender, Kate Liu. Charlin had her pass deflected, but on second attempt, the breakout successful. Here is LaForge. Makes a move along the near side wall, looking for the trailing player. It was Charlin. Knocked off of her stick before she could get the shot away. The clearing attempt from Means unsuccessful, so her defense partner Frazier will head back and regroup things behind her net. Brought in along the far side by LaChance, snapped on goal save, made, rebound, and another save made by Wilson. As that puck rolled just past the far side post off the apron of the goal as Alben tried to knock it through the legs of Frazier. She would have been off to the races, but a nice play made by the defender, Alyssa Frazier, a member of the class of 2025. Spinning away from pressure, there was Zapata. She's got it back once more on the feed from LaChance. It was knocked away from her. Puck will roll end over end into the near corner, forced up the near side wall. That pass didn't go that far, so now a battle in the corner ensues for possession. 2 blue sweaters, 2 white sweaters, and they are still battling, I should say, and then a whistle from the officials will stop play with 14:25 to go in the second period of a 1-0 game. Though this Polar Bears group is a non-league invite for this weekend's festivities, they have had some games against teams in the JWHL before this weekend, notably a pair of games played against the North American Hockey Academy's Red Squad back on November 12th on the campus of Williston, Northampton. Those 2 teams split those games with a 2-1 win for this Connecticut group, following which they dropped the game by a score of 4-2. Pass was intended for the trailing player Stocker. That got broken up. The other way comes Stanstead. Led ahead with speed by Bingham. Dropped for the trailer. Labonte in front looking for Falul. Deflected away from her. Cleared to the line, kept in on a play with the skate. Stepien was able to step in front of that one. Knocked back to the line and out to center. Cloutier was backtracking as it looked like Connecticut was beginning their breakout. Quickly up the near side wall, Zeider sends it ahead. Stepping in and shooting, glove save made by Wilson. She will hang on with 13:24 to go in the second of a 1-0 game that will wrap up this weekend's festivities here in the Capital Region. Face-off to the right of Wilson was controlled by Stanstead College in their own end as Bell won the draw. Reversed by Zeider, though, as Connecticut in possession. She pulls it off the wall, shoots one through a screen. That one got blocked on its way through. A drive from the top of the circles. That one missed the net just wide. Riley Stocker, the one that took the shot on that one, kept in at the near side point and forced in deep by Renato. Bell back in her own end. It's turned over, however, a shot there and a save made by Wilson. A nice grab with the glove. As the defender, Amanda Renato, had stepped to the top of the circles to join in on the offensive pressure as Connecticut was forcing Stanstead to collapse a little bit in their own end. Gets the shot away. Wilson active to make that save. Knocked along the far side wall. Smith was unable to find it. Pulled out of harm's way by Bell. Forced up the far side wall. Around the defending Grace Scalaro and deep into the corner. Knocked up the near side wall, successfully out to center on the play by Jillian Smith. Smith a goal earlier today in the 5-1 victory against Washington. Here is Gagne, pulls it off the wall, poke checked away from Bell. She heads back in, finds possession of the puck, a wrap try, and a save made by Wong. She's got that rebound, as it looked like the Polar Bears had that one defended well, but a really nice play on the forecheck by Caitlin Bell to get that puck back, and ended up going with the wraparound attempt, one which was defended by Amy Wong. She made the save and held on. Knocked back below the goal. Scolaro sends it along the wall. Taken back through center by Smith. She'll force it into the corner. A couple of white sweaters there on either side of her. Knocked back to the middle, forced off the near side wall. Ben tried to wheel and clear, but it's turned over. Puck was left behind as Smith was going for it. Good play on response in defense by the Stanstead group. As though Connecticut has been in possession for a solid portion of this one through a period and change. It is only a one-goal game. And this is how Stanstead's game yesterday against the North American Hockey Academy went, coming back from down a goal. Here is Ben stepping in 1-on-2. Shooting save made by Wong. Rebound off the side of the goal. Another shot just wide. Picked up a shot on goal. They score! Well, the first and second attempts would not go, but the third time was the charm. Matilda Stepien pulled the trigger, and she fires it by Wong. This game is tied at 1. Well, you have to give a ton of credit to Lori Ben for getting that play started. Her first shot got deflected, or disrupted, I should say, with a stick from the defense. Wong made the save, and then the rebound went right off kind of the side apron of the goal and then under the netminder Wong, and the puck was loose there for a moment, and Stepien was the one who was following up the play. She cashes in, just like that, we're tied at 1. Stanstead looking for more, a centering pass. Falul had it knocked away. Now a race for the puck, but LaForge back defending. She receives it back from Cloutier, knocked over the center line, but a good play by Means to knock that one free. Far side corner and Stanstead's defensive end. Here is LaForge trying to spin away from pressure. See the speed there of Parker Caldera trying to disrupt things. Knocked up the wall as far as center, so the Polar Bears will regroup right in front of their own bench as they're in the midst of a line change on offense, as is Stanstead College, with just over 10 minutes to go in the second period of a game that's now tied at 1. The goal has been marked as Matilda Stepien unassisted. Stepping in, meanwhile, on a backhand. Save made. Rebound still loose to the point of drive. And a save made again. Not sure how that one didn't go for the defender, Frazier, who was following the play. She's got it again. She will shoot. Deflected on its way through. That one missed wide. Loose puck scooped up. Snapped on goal, deflected on its way through after the shot from Riley Stocker didn't get on net. Kept in on a nice play by Means and flipped back into the corner. Well, the Polar Bears were right on the verge of taking the lead right back. Stepping in is Frazier. Defended well, however. The puck still loose. One-handed back to the defensive blue line and back out to center. Nice inside-out move by Smith, looking to leave for a trailing player, Gagne. Instead, it's Bell, but it's knocked away from her. 2-on-2 the other way. Led by Frazier, a drive, and a kick save made by Wilson. Forced to the near corner as Pagliaro in pursuit of that puck. Stepping in is Scolaro to keep it in. Pagliaro below the goal. Backhanded back into the corner. Zeider pulls it off the wall, looking for a trailing player as the defending Scolaro was stepping in to try to join the offense. Keisha Zonin was able to pull it free. Here is Gagne at the end of a shift as her group in the midst of line changes. Turned over. Here is Charlin shooting. That one got blocked. Renato got in front of that one, turned over nearly onto the tape of Zanin. Picked up right over the defensive blue line as it got knocked away from Schlutter as she was making her way through. Battle on the near side wall with under 8 to go. Now a race for the puck. Stepping in is Charlin. Looking to use body position to pull that free, but a nice play on defense to keep it away from her. At least for the time being, as it's pulled free, knocked to the line, but kept in by Labonte. A snapshot, glove save made, rebound, covered up by Wong with pressure coming from Charlin, who was stepping in from that far corner to get a whack at it, but there was no rebound available. And with 7:40 to go here in the second period, we'll see a change in goaltenders. Amy Wong's day is done. Sarah Martin will step in and take us the rest of the way as far as we know. Martin, a member of the class of 2026, and one of 3 goaltenders on the roster here for this Polar Bears group. We've seen 2 so far this weekend. Meanwhile, here is Schlutter stepping in, knocked away from her. Katie Hurley was the goalie of record this morning against Washington. Amy Wong had played in the game earlier on Saturday, I should say, against the North American Hockey Academy, the one that ended in a 1-0 game. So 2 goals against in total, but some very good play. Here is Aubin cutting in front, and it's off the side of the goal. Martin followed her the entire way, didn't end up having to make a save on that one as the puck went just a bit wide. Aubin, a Quebec native, a member of the class of 2026. Picked up a goal as part of the 8-0 victory yesterday. Last season as part of the M16 group for Stanstead College, 34 points in 21 games. That left her second on that team in terms of points. 16 goals, 18 assists in total, and a collision along the far boards, and a big one that's going to lead to a penalty with 6:20 to go in the second period, as luckily, after all was said and done, Isabella Zapata was able to get up after absorbing that collision. Well, the guilty party, Maylee LaForge. It'll be a body checking penalty, a 2-minute minor, I believe it is. So LaForge for body checking at just past the 11-minute mark of our second period. Puts the Polar Bears on the power play. Bunted back to the point for Means. One-timer coming from the point, deflected on its way through as Frazier pulled the trigger. Taken off the wall, a shot on goal. Wilson the save on the shot from Caldera. Caldera has it again, sent to the line for Means. Winds and fires, deflected, got blocked right in the slot as it was heading in on goal, and it's cleared the rest of the way down. Second penalty that we've seen in this one. The other one was assessed to the Polar Bears, so the first time that we've seen Connecticut on their power play so far. Shot coming there from Caldera, got blocked, and it's flipped back out to center. Now a race for the puck that will be won by Frazier. Connecticut's power play went 1-for-1 in their 5-1 win against Washington. They went 0-for-4 against Naha yesterday. Knocked in deep by Means. Around LaChance as we have 45 seconds remaining on the penalty, and Stanstead is able to clear once more. Martin keeps it moving. El Pagliaro will regroup it. The pass goes behind Ellie LaChance and all the way down, so Connecticut has iced the puck on their power play with 4:50 to go in the second period. So the shorthanded unit, or PK unit, I should say, for Stanstead College will get an offensive zone draw. Charlin against Stocker for the draw. It is won by Charlin, pulled free back out to the neutral zone. Zeider will send from right point to left corner, sent off the glass, but kept in. Fighting for it here is Scolaro. Her pass is picked off, flipped back out to the neutral zone. Here comes Charlin in a race for the puck, poked free by Aubin, but Connecticut defending well with two of the more dynamic offensive players on this Stanstead roster. Stepping in and shooting there was Stalker. That one got blocked. The penalty kill is over, sent back out to center. It deflects off of the defender Renato. So icing is waved off. Here is the defender LaForge, who is now out of the box. Sends the pass for a trailing Falul. She could not corral. Now a 2-on-2 rush the other way. Led by Zeider, poked away from her. A penalty coming up. This is going to go against Stanstead as well, so they'll go right back, the Polar Bears, to their power play. With 3:54 to go in the second period, it will likely be a tripping call. We'll wait for the official word. It is a slash that will be instead assessed to Sienna Heyman, the defender who was marking Zeider on that 2-on-2 rush. So a power play, the second in a relatively short amount of time for Connecticut, but Stanstead begins this kill the same way they begun the last one, by clearing their zone. Good play on defense as Cloutier stepped in and took that puck away 15 seconds into the power play. Stanstead's penalty kill came into this final game of the weekend a perfect 3 of 3. They went 1 for 1 against Naha yesterday morning, and then another 2 for 2 in their win against Washington yesterday evening. Now 4 for 4 after the successful kill earlier on in this period. Near side wall, here is Schlutter. Takes it all the way back to the point before keeping it moving down the near side wall. Room to move here for Smith. Hitting the brakes behind the net. Poked away from her and cleared to the line and then all the way down. With a minute exactly remaining on the penalty that was assessed to Heyman. Outlet feed coming from the goalie Sarah Martin. Got as far as center before Natalie Scolaro kept it moving, but it's taken away from her. Martin out of the net again. Very active so far, and what has just been about a half a period's worth of work to keep her group moving in the right direction on their power play. Schlutter in front of the Stanstead bench. Stepping away from the pressuring Charlin, forces it into the corner. Behind the cage, puck is flipped to the line, and this one will wobble its way back out to center. The first one there was the recently off the bench Isabella Zapata, who was in possession here, forced off the near side wall. Picked up by Caldera. Poked away from her as well. A couple of good active plays with the sticks by Stanstead College, trying to disrupt the pressure with 2 seconds and 1 remaining on the kill. So Stanstead, another successful penalty kill effort. A drive from the point. That shot coming from Renato got turned aside. Wilson made the blocker save. That one's forced out to the line and back out to center. Turning and firing there was Grace Scolaro. She gets spilled down after making that play. The forward Aubin back, and she turns it over. Now an odd player rush. Sent in front, deflected. Wilson makes the save. Rebound forced up the far wall by Zapata. To the line, Scolaro. She will shoot, blocked on its way through. Turning and shooting one again. Wilson the save on the shot from Caldera. Caldera again will wheel and fire. That one gets blocked on its way through. It's cleared, and Scolaro was backtracking. She was just over the defensive blue line, so it ends up working as a clear, but the puck is sent right back into Connecticut's offensive end. We're under a minute to go in the second. It's turned over once more, but after numerous attempts, it's skated free by Bingham. Only as far as the stick of Renato, however. Long outlet feed here is Zeider. Stepping in near side, makes a quick move to her backhand. She shoots, and that one goes just wide. Good individual effort there to get a shot away after beating the defender on the play. Backhanded up the wall. Bingham had it but lost it. Rolling puck jumped up on her stick. Knocked to the near side corner. Lou trying to pull it away from pressure. Kept in at the line on the one-handed play by Frazier. Knocked up the wall again. Wheeling there was means to keep it in for the moment, but it is cleared with under 10 to go. Frazier, one more pass for one more rush. Here is Stocker. Sent corner to corner, and that will do it for our second period of play. So we had one goal in the first as Connecticut took a 1-0 lead on the goal from Ellie LaChance. But the game evening goal scored by Matilda Stepien in the second period, that leads us to a 1-1 tie at the end of two periods. We'll step aside and come back with a clean sheet of ice here at the Houston Fieldhouse. Again, 1-1 after two. Back with more after this on the JWHL YouTube page. We are back underway here at the Houston Fieldhouse on the campus of RPI. Third period ready to go here on the Junior Women's Hockey League YouTube page. After 2 periods, we have a score that's tied at 1. Beginning the third and final period of this game, this day, and this weekend here of action. It is Stanstead College taking on the Connecticut Polar Bears U16 group. Taken back through center, the advance pass. Snapshot from Gagne from the point. That one's turned aside, or from the tops of the circles, I should say, by Sarah Martin. Martin, who checked into this game midway through the second period. After Amy Wong did well in the first period and a half, a goaltending change. Jade Wilson still in the cage to our left as Stanstead moving from left to right across your screen here in the third period. It was the Connecticut Polar Bears who struck first in this one. Turning and firing there was Charlotte, a save made by Martin. Turning this time, it's Zonin shooting. She wired that one just wide. Penalty coming up. It's going to be against Connecticut after the player there, Charlin, was held up. Connecticut will grab possession. A whistle and a stoppage. A minute 17 into our third period. We'll see a penalty and a power play that could certainly decide some things in terms of momentum, as defender Alyssa Frazier will head off. Connecticut took a 1-0 lead with 10:10 to go in the first period on a goal from Ellie LaChance. Isabella Zapata with the lone assist on that one, but Matilda Stepien was able to even the game in the second period with a goal unassisted with 11:10 to go. That tied our game at 1. That is where we see this one, as now Stanstead on their power play. Top of the point, it is LaForge. Sends it low for Charlin. Backdoor feed, a good one, and a save made by Martin. As Labonte, the defender, activated from the near point and was able to get a crack at that backdoor feed from Charlin. 30 seconds gone by in the penalty, as Frazier was whistled for high sticking, a 2-minute call. Here is Aubin trying to poke it along. Taken away from her. The other way comes the defender, Grace Scalaro. She gains the center line or thereabouts and sends it the rest of the way in. Goes in on the forecheck. Both teams again traded wins and losses during their first 2 games. Looking for the trailer, Charlotte. Instead, it goes through her and Aubin all the way to the far boards. Aubin to the middle. The pass goes through the wickets of Zonin, and this one will go all the way down. Over a minute gone by out of the 2, and the minor penalty being served by Frazier. 14.5 to go here in the third period, as Stanstead, in the midst of line changes, getting a new unit out for the second half of their power play. Couple of quick moves at the center line by Labonte at the end of a shift. She was the last to make that change. Falul gains the offensive blue line, sends it in deep, sent back along the near side wall. It was cleared but not out. Now a battle to a side in the near corner for possession. Pulled free by Stanstead, kept in at the near point. Taken off the wall to the point, picked up by Heyman. Here is Falul stepping in, shooting. She scores! With just 2 seconds remaining on the power play, Raya Falul wires it by the glove of Sarah Martin, and Stanstead College has their first lead of the afternoon. Well, the goal on the power play, the second point of the weekend for Raya Falul, a native of Ottawa, Ontario, and a member of the class of 2026. She had an assist in her team's win against Washington yesterday. So Stanstead College into their first lead of the afternoon, thanks to a power play goal. And now how does Connecticut respond? Backtracking here is Cloutier, sent off the near side wall. As far as Isabel Smith. Outlet feed directed the rest of the way in by Gagne. Frazier reverses for Means, forced up the near side wall. The puck pops up in the air. Wobbling back out to center, LaForge will regroup, feeling the pressure from Riley Stocker. Off the near side wall, right in front of the Polar Bears bench. Frazier forces it along, turned over right at the center line. Picking up speed here is Bell. Tops of the circles, blocker saved by Martin. Rebound loose, another shot. That one goes just wide. Smith tried to whip one on goal from a tough angle. Didn't connect on that one, but it's kept in. From D to D, a shot from LaForge, blockered away by Martin. Rebound scooped up by Zeiter, who forces it through center. Knocked into the corner by Brooke Schlutter, who will head in in a race for the puck, I should say. Turned over right near the blue line, kept in by Smith. Just over 12 to go, third period in a game that Stanstead College now leads by 1. Far point Renato's shot gets deflected on its way through. Lamonte gets spilled down in the near corner. To his side battling for possession. It was the third player who pulled it free. Looking for a backdoor feed. The shot, they score! We are tied again. A beautiful feed from Natalie Scalero from the near point. Finds her D partner Amanda Renato, who wires it by. And just like that, we're even again at 2. Well, as Scalero found that pass, it looked like Wilson was moving from right to left and just didn't get there in time, allowing Renato, the defender, to activate from her point or her spot on the point and fire one by to tie this game at 2. So it took 2 periods to get 2 total goals. It's taken about 5 minutes or so to get 2 goals here in this third period as Schlutter keeps it moving. Nice inside-out move to open up some space. Near side, Renato has it poke checked away. She's got it back as she steps in. Backhand feet in front, nobody home. Poked away, however. Schlutter gets it loose. Another shot by Renato. Saved by Wilson. Rebound still there. A couple of whacks at it. Another shot. They score. It is Renato again, and Connecticut is back in front. Well, a scramble in front of Wilson's net led to a loose puck. And the second goal in mere moments for Amanda Renato, the defender and a member of the class of 2026. So Connecticut has quickly gone from down 1 to up 1 here in the third period, and we've seen 3 goals before the 6-minute mark of play. Renato's goals come 45 seconds apart, and it's been a really strong day for her. Now, 3 goals in total so far today. She picked up a goal as well as an assist against the Washington Pride as part of the 5-1 win earlier this morning. Sent in front. Martin will clamp down on that one and take a whistle and a face-off with 10:47 to go here in the third period. So Falul from Stepien, the goal at the 13:45 mark, made it 2-1 Stanstead College. That was a power play goal. And then Amanda Renato scoring the first one from Natalie Scalero with 12 minutes to go. Tied the game at 2. She scored again at 11:15. No assists have been added yet to that play. Meanwhile, a centering pass to the line. A drive by Labonte. Didn't get it all the way through. Bingham now a shot in front. Martin to save. The rebound cleared off the line as the defender Frazier was there to make the play. Stanstead looking to even this one. Meanwhile, here comes LaChance the other way. Hitting the brakes. She's still in possession. Whipped to the far point, but Frazier was just a step behind that one. Near side wall, LaChance will send from corner to corner. Knocked up the wall, kept in by Frazier. Rolling puck knocked back behind Wilson's net. Levante is spilled down. That one's taken away by Stocker. Riley Stocker, tops of the circle, shooting off her back foot. Missed the net wide. It was in the direction of El Pagliaro, who was there waiting. Cleared along the far side wall. This one will roll its way down and be icing with 9:37 to go in the third period of the final period of play this weekend. Stanstead lost their opener against Naha yesterday morning, but responded with a win in the nightcap, 8-0 the final against Washington. Connecticut also lost to Naha in their nightcap, which was their weekend opener, which was a bit odd because between Friday night and then Saturday morning, most of the other teams between the U16 and U19 division were playing as that shot from Stocker goes up and above the net. But nonetheless, they lost a heartbreaker on Saturday night, responded with a win here this morning, and are going to be fighting right to the very end here with Stanstead College as it's knocked from corner to corner. Stanstead in possession. Smith is able to pull it away from trouble. Centering pass in front, knocked away, and the rolling puck will jump over the stick of Labate, who will head back and grab it in her own end. LaForge forces it out to the neutral zone. A good play with pressure on her on the defensive end as Smith centers the pass in front. That one gets knocked away. Forced back out to the neutral zone as Renato at the end of the shift will send it in on Wilson. She's able to handle that one and keep it moving. Breakout feed does not connect. It was kept in for the moment by Means. Second attempt here is Smith at the end of the shift. Had it and lost it as two players collide away from the play. Here is Frazier, tops of the circle. Save made by Wilson on that snapshot as the defender Frazier was stepping in to make a play. Reversed for Smith. Sent in front. Wilson handles that one. Near side point, Frazier makes a move to get some space. Knocked low of the goal as Natalie Scalero was battling for that one. Connecticut in possession. Under 8 to go here in our third period. Taken away by Aubain. One on a few blue sweaters, I should say. She's still in possession. Looked to rip a pass in front for her line mate Charlin, but the pass got knocked down on its way there. Zonin had it but lost it. A lot of pressure right at the Stanstead defensive blue line. Up the far side wall, Charlin gains the center line and backhands it in deep. She'll go in on the forecheck. Breakout feed was intercepted, but picked up on second attempt as Parker Caldera tried to make the first play, could not. Successfully makes the second. Forced up the wall in a big collision between two players. Caldera was the one who probably took the worst of that one as Falul was also in there. Knocked back out to the neutral zone. From D to D it goes quickly. Heyman at the center line. Clears it in deep. Quickly the other way come the Polar Bears, led by the speedy Zapata. She has it knocked away. As far as center as Grace Scalero, fresh off the bench, sends it in deep with just over 6.5 minutes to go in the third. Emily Labate with a burst of speed, a couple of nice moves to her backhand, and a save made by Martin with the glove. She will hang on with 6:23 to go and a face-off in the Stanstead offensive end. I tell you, I was able to watch and call both of these Stanstead games yesterday, and the defender who we just mentioned, Emily Labate, is very, very good moving the puck. Plays on her offhand as well, which is a very tough thing to do as a defender. The left-handed shooting defender playing on the right, or vice versa. No matter which offside you're on, it's a tough thing to do, and she does it extremely well. Big hit that happened behind the Connecticut net. A body checking call will be coming here with 6:07 to go in the third period. Falul was slow to get up. She's able to get up under her own power and will head to the bench. This is a big opportunity here for Stanstead College to get a power play as they trail in this game by 1. Body checking call that will go against Riley Stocker, so she will sit for 2. At the 10:53 mark of play here in the third. So after 2 straight goals from Connecticut, it'll be Stanstead on their player advantage looking to tie the score. It is cleared by Connecticut, and they're off to a strong start. Poked away on a nice play by Caldera, but on second attempt, the defensive unit for Stanstead was able to make the play. This one will roll down, back behind Connecticut's net. Sent to the point for Cloutier. Far side corner, Charlin, the trailer. Ben deflected up and off the end glass. It wasn't a one-timer, but it was a catch and shoot, and a good one as Martin makes the save, combining the blocker and the pad to make the stop. Pulled free by Scalero, sent off the glass and all the way down. A clear from Connecticut with 1:10 remaining on their penalty kill. LaForge gets it moving. Charlin a centering feed at the line, one-handed in deep by Ben, feeling the pressure from the oncoming Stanstead player. The goaltender Martin will clamp down on that one and elect to get a face-off in her defensive end. 1:02 gone by out of the 2-minute minor penalty with 5:04 to go in the third period. Face-off won by Stanstead. Levante from the point, shooting, blockered away by Martin. She followed that one from the point the entire way through and got a blocker on that shot. Kept in at the point as Smith was in there battling. Zonin has it poke checked away. A 2-on-0 back the other way, shorthanded for the Bears. In front, and the pass, a save made by Wilson on the shot from Smith. The 2-on-0 goes by the wayside, and Connecticut with a 2-goal advantage with under 5 to go. That would have made it much more difficult for Stanstead, but Wilson, after the pass, was a little bit behind Smith. Wilson was able to make a save and keep her team in this one. Meanwhile, here comes Smith, a save made. Rebound picked up by Bell on her backhand in front. Save made, and she went for the lacrosse move with a rolling puck behind the net. Couldn't get it up on her stick to make the play. Meanwhile, the penalty is over, so Connecticut's chance to take a 2-goal lead goes by the wayside shorthanded, but we're back to 5-on-5 with under 4 to go. Zonin shoots. Save made by Martin. Rebound hops off the end wall. Bell tried to settle down a rolling puck. The breakout successful as it's strided through center by Schlutter. She's got a burst of speed on her backhand in front of the goal. Wilson makes the save. She'll elect not to freeze the puck as the pass out of the zone gets deflected as Smith was able to clear, but it's sent back in deep. Smith near side wall. Breakout feed for Falul, who pops it through the defender's stick. Spinning away from pressure as her group's in the midst of a change as the pass was on and off the backhand in a hurry as Stepien was following that play. Forced in deep, Scalero back to find it. Up the near side wall, Schlutter's pass too far out of the reach of LaChance. Under 3 to go here in the third. We'll keep an eye on the netminder Wilson for you as she'll have to remain where she is for the time being as LaChance was able to send in deep. Near side it is Bingham. Forcing it as far as center. LaForge forced backwards. Her defense partner, Cloutier, will take the ice in front of her over the center ice logo here at the Houston Fieldhouse. Seen a number of tight contests here on the ice in Troy so far today. Just as we did with our last matchup that came in the U19 division, this one will certainly come right down to the wire. Centering feed gets deflected away. A chance on the rebound gets blocked, but Means at the top of the circles, jumping in from her post on defense, is able to keep that one in. The other way comes Stanstead. Breakout successful. Bingham leaves for Charlin. Centering pass in front. Save made by Martin. She goes from left to right and is equal to the task. 1:50 to go. Wilson still in her net. Ben trying to step away from pressure. She gets knocked down. No call on that one as the officials' hands stay by their sides. She was slow to get up, but will remain on the ice after all of that. Pinned along the wall to kill some time by Caldera. Off the near side wall. Pop back out to center, but knocked down by Levante. 1:20 to go. Here comes Wilson to the bench. Extra attacker coming on for Stanstead, but the play is blown down. It is offside with 1 minute and 15 seconds to go in the third period of a one-goal game. And with 1:15 remaining, we'll have a timeout called on the ice. Stanstead with the whiteboard out. They will try to design a play to get zone entry and get a couple of shots away. Stanstead led by head coach Courtney Tugas with assistants Katya Hadra and hockey director James Ryu on the bench trying to find an answer as both teams came into this one with a win and a loss through their play here this weekend. We thank you so much for joining us here on the JWHL YouTube page. Don't forget to hit subscribe on the channel when you get the chance. Plenty more broadcasts happening this season as the first weekend's worth of play back in October happened in Lake Placid. These teams will next meet December 15th, 16th, and 17th on the campuses of Providence College and Brown University as well. So, exciting way to head into the holiday season. Then at the end of January at the University of Minnesota, February 16th to the 19th at the Challenge Cup in Washington, D.C., March 1st through the 3rd on the campus of Stanstead College. And then the playoffs, which will take place March 15th, 16th, and 17th in Boston, Massachusetts. After the timeout with 75 seconds remaining in regulation, face-off just outside of the Stanstead offensive end. So Wilson is on the bench, and Stanstead begins 6-on-5. Knocked in deep. Renato sends it around the boards. Kept in on the near side wall. Cloutier this way for Lamonte. She'll force it low for Charland in front. Deflected just wide. On the chance there from Bell. Near side point, Cloutier. Here is Lamonte shooting one. That one goes high. Martin followed it the entire way. Blockered it away along the proceedings. Top of the circle's Aubin. Cloutier activates. Looking for the trailing Aubin. She was able to block the outlet feed as Connecticut was nearly able to clear their zone. Battle along the near side wall. Kept in at the line. Shot by Aubin. Glove save made by Martin with 31.3 seconds to go. So Stanstead used their timeout. Connecticut will opt not to use theirs for the time being. Face-off won by Stanstead in the offensive end. Lamonte this way for LaForge. Quickly for Aubin. Top of the circles. Lamonte, she will shoot. Save made by Martin with the glove. A big save made by Sarah Martin, who was brought into this one midway through the second period. And she has been outstanding, especially down the stretch, keeping her team in the lead after they were able to fight back to gain the lead back with 2 goals in 45 seconds, both from Amanda Renato. Face-off this time won by the defensive group, the Bears, as it's sent up the near side wall. The defender, Lamonte, steps in to keep the play moving. Centering pass in front got knocked down. It is cleared off of the near side wall, and this one will roll end over end, but no icing. A well-placed clear with 2 seconds and 1, and the Connecticut Polar Bears will pull out the victory here at the Houston Fieldhouse. Your final score, 3-2, they take down Stanstead College. That will wrap things up both for today and this weekend. So for however long you joined us here on the JWHL YouTube page, thank you so much for joining us, and have a great rest of your weekend.